Hello, good morning, welcome to London, welcome to Oxford Street. This is the major shopping area in London. Of recent months it's been quieter as we've come out of lockdown, and there's still a lot of people who are uncomfortable about coming to retail. But this here behind me is John Lewis. It's the flagship store of UK's leading department store that also happens to be the biggest electrical retailer, sells more radios, more smart speakers than any other store in the UK. And we've been partnering with them this year to focus on both consumers and retail staff. And that's something I wanted to share with you in this sort of brief video today. One of the things I would say is that we've seen people buying more and more products online through the lockdown period. 60-70% of all products now are being, including radios, are being sold online. And that's a huge shift, and we think that's going to be sustained. Nevertheless, retail remains really, really important. It's a place that people go, place that people browse. It's a place also where they get assistance from staff and they get advice and guidance. So we as the retail industry need to stay focused on retail, need to make sure that radios and the radio category is well represented here. And that's the initiative we've launched this year. It has two parts. The first is focused on consumers, and it sits, and we're working with the retailers themselves, and we're putting videos and visuals and materials on their websites. But the other part of it is the retail staff themselves. They tend to be younger, they tend to be a bit skeptical about radio and think it's maybe for older people. And what we're doing is communicating through the retailers to the staff to say, look, radio's modern, it's progressive, there's more stations than ever, there's great content for young audiences, and it's a very important part of their lives as well. So I'm going to talk to you a bit more about that in a few seconds. I'm going to take you inside the store. If you'll come with me, we're going to go up to the audio section there. That's going to take us probably a couple of minutes. So just to cover that time, I wanted to share with you a video that sits on the John Lewis website, where millions of consumers who are going there to review products and to buy products get to see every time they click on radio. It's called Radio's Digital Revolution, something we put together with the radio industry to showcase the amazing digital content. Have a look, and I will see you inside.
Good morning.
Welcome to Capital Breakfast.
It's the Davebury Breakfast Show on Absolute Radio.
Welcome along to your tea time extravaganza.
Welcome to radio's digital revolution. Radio has been around forever.
Wake up to Capital Radio.
But thanks to digital technology, radio is changing and reinventing itself to meet the needs of every generation.
Stop!
What?
You've got your bottom in my face.
Sorry.
Don't forget to sing right.
From what you can hear to how you can hear it, radio is better than ever, with more stars, more shows, more music, and loads more news and sports. And with so many great digital stations, there is something for everyone. And it's not just radio. There are thousands of podcasts all available for free, featuring stars you know and love.
I reckon your phone book's amazing.
Ant, in brackets, deck.
Hello and welcome to Full Disclosure with me, James O'Brien.
And brilliant new up-and-comers with something to say.
What does it take for the word to be heard?
With more digital stations and more podcasts launching all the time, the only question is, what's your favourite? And it's easier to listen than ever before. Listen on digital radios, smart speakers, and of course it all sounds amazing on headphones.
We need to be serious. Yes?
Radio is here for you to hear. So listen up and join radio's digital revolution. If you love radio, go digital.
Here we are, we're inside the John Lewis audio department, and what we see here, we see loads and loads of radios, and traditional radios, digital radios, obviously very popular brands, Roberts. We also see a lot of Pures here as well, but also John Lewis's own brand themselves. There's a big display here, I don't know if you can see it behind me, for DRUK radio, which is a sort of high-end digital radio manufacturer in the UK. What we also see here are loads and loads of speakers and loads of headphones. And obviously this reflects what's selling in the UK. And what we see is more and more shelf space being devoted to smart speakers, whether they be Wi-Fi, Bluetooth speakers, but obviously now increasingly the voice speakers that we see from people like Google, Amazon. There's also here, I'm going to show you, there's a Sonos display which has a voice speaker as part of that range as well. And more space is being given to those products, and frankly less space to traditional radios. And that's a concern for us. I mean, obviously speakers are an important part of the radio landscape. I've already mentioned that. And we know that the primary audio use for smart speakers in the UK is listening to radio. So it's very much in part of the way people listen. And we at Digital Radio UK, but also the broadcasters, increasingly communicate about radio, about smart speakers, and how they're an important way of listening to the radio. And we absolutely encourage that in a positive way. But we are concerned about traditional radios and about digital radios. We want to make sure that category continues to live and continues to thrive here in the UK at retail. So one of the initiatives we've launched is to focus in on retail staff. We did a retail staff audit with John Lewis and with Currys at the beginning of the year. And what this highlighted, that whilst they're obviously very knowledgeable about their category, they tend to be younger. They also tend to focus in on the easy sale and the cool sale. And in this case, it's often smart speakers. And we wanted to communicate to retail staff that radio as a category was alive, it was kicking, there's lots of new stations being launched, and it was a good thing to encourage customers to buy. So what we've done is we've launched a e-learning site, which is sitting on the internet at the moment. We're communicating directly with retail staff about the benefits of looking at our e-learning platform. And this is something that we think is a really important initiative. You can see images of it here now. We think it's a really important focus for us in the UK. This, alongside the consumer communications, radio digital revolution, it's all part of that same program, the same visuals, the same presenters, and also using the same sort of video material. But we think it's really important, and we think retail is really, really important. We shouldn't let it go. We should continue to invest in it and invest in our relationships with retail. So that's all from me at the moment here at John Lewis in London. Take care and goodbye. Bye-bye.